What is going on with my YouTube family? I hope y'all are having a beautiful day, man. Hey, we're about to be reacting to Tom Chambers, man. Do y'all know who Tom Chambers is? Because I don't. I don't know who Tom Chambers is. Hey, but NBA legends are going to explain how much of a killer this guy was, man. Hey, if y'all like classic NBA content, man, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of it, man. Let's get right into this video.
Climbing. And I just remember thinking this is a guy that's 6'9", 6'10", but he moves so agile.
African-American kids, you know, we always hear that white men can't jump. First time I seen a white guy dunk and really throw it down was when Tom Chambers put his knee on Mark Jackson.
Dang. Shaq talking? That's about Tom Chambers.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
And this is
Not really
Sean
a known.
This is Gary
not really-
Hey, this is Paugus.
Tom Chambers, at least I don't think is too known of a player. I've never heard about. I literally don't even know what team this guy played for. But he's apparently a super underrated hooper that needs more love and credit, man.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hey, and go check out their channel.
Hey guys,
as well,
welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Sean David. Welcome back to your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball. In today's episode, I finally gave some props to one of the players who is one of the unsung heroes, one of those guys who were incredibly gifted, sensational players, but nobody talks about them. Even I kinda did not talk about the great Tom Chambers. Unfortunately, there are not too many clips about this guy, but I still pasted a hopefully interesting video about the great Tom Chambers.
Let's go. So you played on the Celtics, it seems like.
Now the first player's opinion that we're going to take a look at is from Isaiah Thomas, the great bad boy Piston legend. And he has a lot of praise.
Bad boy Piston legend might be pushing it a little bit, but that's okay.
And rightfully so for Tom.
Now I want to introduce another guy by the name of Tom Chambers that you probably never heard of.
Chambers with a driving slam. Tom Chambers, he's smoking, folks.
Watch out for Chambers. There it is. Filled the lane nicely on the right side.
Tom Chambers, 6'10", unbelievable jumper, leaper, shoot it from the perimeter, tough. Now here's where I'm gonna really mess you up. Long blonde hair, pretty blue eyes, walk out on the floor,
What?
drafted from Utah. I remember I'm in Detroit, I'm playing with the Pistons, and I'll never forget, you know, it's me, John Long, Terry Tyler. We're at the foul line, and John Long is really giving it to Tom Chambers. Like, you know, he's talking to him and everything, and he's telling him he's soft and all this other stuff, and just
Really?
listening to
Talking
John Long
trash
go at
to him.
Chambers. And
How'd he
all of a
handle
sudden,
that?
Chambers looked down at John, and he said something to John that I can't repeat on this camera. But all of us stepped back and was like, whoa,
Dang.
okay,
Lock in,
okay.
yo.
And Tom Chambers proceeded to give it to us.
Chambers on Mark Jackson.
Oh, what? That's him?
Chambers leaping over Mark Jackson, who was helpless.
He like Kevin Durant.
One of the best plays I've ever seen was when Tom Chambers played for Phoenix. I remember Tom Chambers dribbling up on the break, almost like a 2-on-1, and I remember him taking off on 2 feet. And when he took off, I remember his knee hitting Mark Jackson in the middle of the chest, almost elevating him even more to have him climbing. And I just remember thinking this is a guy that's 6'9", 6'10", but he moves so agile like a gazelle or like a little fella, and he's gliding and he's basically looking right into the rim. And it's not a charge or anything else, it's just one of the hardest dunks. And plus, Tom Chambers to me is one of my favorite dunkers because he would dunk on you backwards and look smooth and do anything in there. If you look how far he took off, he's almost at the free throw line in the game off the dribble. So you know he could come to the free throw line pretty easy and dunk. And it's with 2 hands. So that's one of the sickest dunks I've ever seen. And that's why little fellas need to stay out the paint when a big man coming through.
Man, why is he not talked about enough yet, though? If he's able to dunk from the free throw line and this and that, man, we gotta say the name Tom Chambers a little more than.
Oakley smacking Chambers. Threw it away. 2-on-1. KJ to Chambers.
Oh my gosh! Who's that on?
I was a rookie with the Suns when Chambers dunked over Mark Jackson, and what made that dunk amazing was that he literally put his knee on Mark's shoulder and elevated about another foot. It was like a pole vault.
It was one of those things where I really didn't have time to try and stop and go around him. I had to just...
You see what I mean, yo? People, even a dunk from, what, 89, it's 2026. 30, 37 years ago. It took me a minute to do that math, man. 37 years ago, this dunk happened, and they're still talking about it to this day.
Try and get myself to the rim, so I was able to do that and literally jumped over Mark Jackson. He tried to protect himself and maybe gave me even a little bit more of a boost because I know I had to kind of duck to not hit my head when I was coming down from that dunk.
Mark Jackson's thinking, I'm going to show my coach here that I'm a team guy. I'm going to take a knee in the stomach for my team, and we're going the other way. And you go, whoa! Where's that guy going?
You know, a lot of great dunks get posterized and made onto, you know, printed on a piece of paper, but this one was such a good one thanks to the Phoenix Suns. They bronzed it for me. Thanks to Mark Jackson and the Phoenix Suns, this one will be looked at for a long time.
Ties it up again and draws the foul.
Who'd he dunked on? He left him on the floor?
Up in the air, he goes way over
Oh my God!
And crams it through.
In Seattle, they had kind of a glutton of forwards. You know, Derek McKee and Xavier Daniel and Sean Kemp was coming, and there was a bunch of forwards there and kind of a log jam. And I felt one of us had to go, and I wasn't going to be the one that got traded to Cleveland.
At the appropriate time.
He didn't want to go to Cleveland? He didn't want to go to Cleveland? He didn't want to go to Cleveland?
At midnight, that call was made when it was legal to do so. We had a meeting set up for very early the next morning.
The interesting part about it is I knew Paul Westphal. I'd worked his camp down here, him and Alvin's camp. We had the same agent, Howard Slusher.
Paul Westphal and Cotton and myself went over to meet.
Besides those three guys, I just loved what the Suns were doing the year before. I mean, they made the trade halfway through the season. You know, Kevin Johnson was playing great. I love the speed of the game. I love the fact that they're just going to go up and down and score a bunch of points, which I wanted to do. And mostly it was they wanted me.
We were all sitting around the pool, talking for a little bit. The phone is ringing. Slusher's phone is ringing, and teams are calling, trying to set up appointments. And, you know, I sensed we had to take care of this pretty quickly.
You know, Jerry's one of those guys that gets to the point real quick, and he made an offer, and even Howard kind of had to say, let's go talk, you know?
Here's the deal, and you've got 15 minutes to make a decision, or I'm out.
He said basically, you know, you have 15 minutes to make your mind up, because if it's not going to be you, it's going to be somebody else. There was other big guys out there. There was Danny Shays, and there was, I think, Koncak or somebody.
So I went back to the pool.
I don't know any of these
5 minutes or 10 minutes later, he came back and he said, you got yourself a forward.
Chambers down on the three-point stripe, puts it on the floor, takes it to the hoop, left hand, and scores.
Middle just opened up that time for Chambers.
Jerry's one of those, he's like the Godfather. I mean, you just, whatever he says comes out of his mouth, you believe it's going to happen, and pretty much does. You know? You know, the only thing I remember from the press conference is how high-waisted my Wrangler jeans were, and my pink shirt and my cowboy boots.
Chambers taking right to the hoop, stuffs it with the left hand.
They couldn't match up with
Smacking them dunks down.
And, he just had a fantastic year and really put together 5 years before Charles came where he was the man.
The greatest thing about Tom was how competitive he is. This might be a bad thing or a good thing, but I've seen, you know, he used to get in fights in practice. So that was Tom. He's just very competitive, and it was fun to see a guy that has been in the league for that long who was that driven to be so good.
You know, people can talk about Kevin Durant, which is a great player, Dirk, you know, some really, really good players. But Tom was the first of that type. You know, 6'10", 6'11", can run up and...
I said that earlier, yo. He's kind of like Kevin Durant, yo, but to be compared to Dirk Nowitzki, too? Okay.
Down the court, can shoot, athletic, can pass, can play defense when he wanted to.
Tom Chambers was one of the highest jumping guys I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh,
white,
that
black,
wraparound
blue, green, purple, I don't care what color. I mean, I've watched this guy take off and just sit on people's neck. And Tom Chambers was a guy like Larry Nance at 6'9", 6'10", who was fluid, who was mobile, who could shoot the ball outside, who was athletic as anybody else in the league. And he was just a tough matchup.
That's right. Tom is to me, one of the unheralded players of the NBA. He was a dominant player on the offensive end of the floor at 6'10". He could run the floor with the best of them. and he could finish around the basket.
I still
tall,
don't know why Tom's not in the Hall of
finishing in
Fame.
the
That to me
paint.
makes no freaking sense.
Tom is one of the greatest players to play in the history of the game, and there's no reason why he
One of the
shouldn't be in the Hall of
greatest
Fame.
to play in the history of the game. Wow. I'm gonna be honest, that's a statement and a half, because I've never heard anyone even mention the name Tom Chambers, right? But if he's that good, why do we really just not talk about him like that? Is he just kind of a player that got thrown under the rug? It's kind of sad.
I had to face him.
He's talking these highlights. He's dunking.
And Tom
getting up through in the
Chambers
paint.
had a terrific run for us. You
Yeah,
think
good
about what
80s big
contributions
man.
he made. He was part of the Nance trade that brought all that we said it brought, and the drafting of Marley and signing Tom Chambers.
Do you have any stories of him kind of complaining about that?
That's definitely true. He definitely took it as an insult if you put a white dude on him. And one example that I can remember, we were playing Phoenix Suns. I think Cotton Fitzsimmons was their head coach, and they had a pretty good player, white dude named Tom Chambers. That could, I don't know if you guys remember him jumping over Mark Jackson when he dunked the ball.
Now, for those of you who have never seen Tom Chambers super think, this 60-point game with some memories of some legends is exactly what you guys need.
That was one of the greatest games.
60
he was Tom at
points?
his best, and it's
Tom Chambers dropped 60 points?
It says a lot that his teammates thought enough of him and
On the
revered him
Sonics?
to keep
Yo, he
going.
disrespected them.
Oh, no, he's
Shooting
he's
threes?
cooking. They can't
In
stop
corner?
him. Turn around.
Yo, he's
post
tough,
up,
bro. I'm really impressed with this guy.
Get to the rim, finishing.
I remember the game very well. You know, when a guy gets into a rhythm and he's in a zone, I mean, it's like you're not going to miss.
More than that, you're just cheering for the guy. He's a great player, having a moment of great.
It just seemed like his shot was going in. And when his shot was going and he's running the floor, he's pretty much unstoppable.
I mean, you got your former guys, okay? Yeah, I got Xavier, I got Derek McKee, I got Sean Kemp, I got all
88 to 93. He only was in the NBA for 5 years? Why would anyone only be in the NBA for only 5 years? I mean, besides like an injury, you know what I'm saying, that takes you out, like, or just like, I don't know, something going on with life, but why would someone only want to be in a career for 5 years?
these guys that were my teammates and played against, and were all-star caliber players.
For Tom Chambers, as competitive a guy as he was as a player, I think he took advantage of those opportunities.
He took that on the little dude?
You know, to me, and I said it a couple of times before, it's very unfortunate that we have so many great players that don't get the credit that they deserve. Not only in terms of that the NBA seems not to recognize those guys, but like you don't find too many players talking about those guys. I'm also talking about players like Dan Marley, like Alex English, and Sidney Moncrief and those guys. It's a shame. So I wish we get more formats like NBA Open Court again, where you have legends having to speak about other players, because I think they deserve it. Anyway, you guys, leave a like if you enjoy the content. Don't.
Hey man, Tom Chambers is tough, bro. I'm really thankful to the fan down below, and I posted in one of my communities what was the most underrated player to y'all, and Tom Chambers was the name that came into that. So hey, for the fan that commented that, this video was for you, man. I appreciate your love and support on my channel, man. But hey, I appreciate those who watched this video all the way through, man. Y'all some real ones, and I hope y'all like Tom Chambers. Tom Chambers is tough. I'm definitely gonna put him up there on my list. He's definitely, I gotta still learn a little more about it. There wasn't that many clips in this video. Again, it's kind of rare because, you know, they don't talk about him. Names kind of like Sidney Moncrief. They're kind of just thrown under the rug, and that's kind of sad, man. Tom Chambers needs more credit, man. But hey, like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Yes, sir.